Hey Bestie Boo, do you want to work on opening up the hips from a chair? Stick around for the rest of the video. Dr. Marcia here with Move with Marcia, your friendly neighborhood physical therapist, certified yoga teacher, and author of Movement for Everybody. Let's get into it. You'll need a chair, sturdy, safe, doesn't move. Preferably no arms, because we're going to be doing things with it's hip opening. We're going to be opening the hips, okay? So you need some space. You could also do this from your couch, as long as you've got space to move around. There will be a part later that will be tricky on a couch, but it's never that serious, right? So have nearby, just in case you need it, blocks, bands, soft things, pillows, cushions, throw blankets, thick towels, all of that on hand, just in case you need it, okay? And you can also, at any point in the practice, you want to lean against the chair, go for it, whether or not I cue it, right? So let's get started. Go ahead and get your wiggles out. And let's tune into that breath. So we're going to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, open mouth. Notice my belly rises, not my chest. Breathe in and out. One more time, in and out. Let's do it again, but seal your lips. In and out. Nice. Keep that breath going. That's your Ujjayi warrior ocean breath. Keep that breath going the entire time that we're moving. When I say breathe in and out, that's the pattern, okay? Alrighty, so let's loosen up the neck a little bit on your own time with ins and outs of breathing. Maybe go side to side. Maybe shake your head no slowly. Maybe shake it yes. You can lift all the way up or don't. The choice is yours. Maybe repeat that or put it all together with a big circle. If you're doing circles, next time you get to the front, reverse, reverse, whoop. One more time of whatever you're doing, wherever you're doing it. Sensational. Let's get into the shoulders and the spine with some cat and cow. So your hands could be on your thighs, your knees, hanging, hips, hugging, or even behind the head if you'd like for your cat and cows. And I'll just move to the side for demo purposes. You stay where you are. So breathe in, arch, open up. Maybe you look up, exhale, curl in, chin towards the chest. Again, breathe in and out. One more, in and out. Sensational. Let's get a little bit more into the core. So we're going to breathe in, hug that right knee to your chest. Exhale it down. We're going to switch sides. Breathe in. Hug that left knee to your chest. Switch sides. We're going to do it again, and now you have the option to lift the leg up if you'd like. Breathing in. Right knee to chest. Exhale it down. Left side. Breathing in. Left knee to chest. Exhale it down. We're going to get into a twist. So that can look like lifting your leg up again and twisting like so. That can look like lifting your leg up and twisting like so. You skip the leg part, or maybe you want a little more information and you cross the leg. You've got lots of options, okay? So pick what feels good. First, we're going to inhale and get tall. Set your leg up if you're doing something. You could use your stool if you want that feeling, but don't want the action. Exhale into your twist. However that looks for you. Inhale back to the center. Let's do it 2 more times. Exhale into the twist. Inhale back to center. Exhale into the twist. Nice. Back to the center. Inhale. Exhale. Put your leg down if you still had it up. Let's get ready for the other side. So again, you can have leg down, hold your leg, with or without your hands. Hand on your thigh, your knee, wherever, honestly, that doesn't matter. You could also cross your leg, okay? So let's all inhale and get nice and tall. And exhale into your twist. Maybe it's a baby twist. Who knows? Inhale, back to the middle. Exhale, another twist. See if you could turn your head, look over your shoulder. Inhale, back to the middle. Exhale, last twist. Inhale, back to the middle. Nicely done. Let's do a couple cat and cows to reset. Inhale, arch. Exhale, curl. Inhale, arch. Exhale, curl. One more. Inhale, arch. Exhale, curl. Sensational. Let's get into chair pose in a chair. So you can keep your legs apart or place the feet together and the knees together. So you squeeze in. If that is uncomfortable or not achievable for any reason, you can have apart and still be squeezing in, or you can put a block there. And we do want the feet kind of bent under us if you can. You might have to scoot up in your chair, make sure it's safe and cozy. If you can't, straight down is okay. It's never that serious, trust me. All right, let's do it. We're gonna breathe in and get nice and tall. We're gonna exhale, squeeze the knees together, push down into the floor, pull the arms back, or they could be rested down, but I still want the action of squeezing your shoulder blades. And we're gonna hold it. Inhale and exhale. Keep squeezing, another breath. Inhale and exhale. Last inhale. Exhale, release. Slowly, take your time. Control it. Sensational. Okay, get your wiggles out. We're gonna do it again. This time you have the option to play around with raising one foot at a time. So you could do that and follow along with me or repeat what we just did, okay? So get whatever you need to get. Breathing in, get tall. Exhale, squeeze in and down and shoulders back. Whatever the arms are doing, I literally could care less. So we're breathing in. Maybe we lift the right leg. Heel, sorry. Breathing in. Maybe we lift the left heel instead. Drop the right. Breathing in. Slowly come out of the pose on your exhale. Nicely done. Now we're gonna open the legs up and do another pose, bring some heat to the legs before we do our stretches. We're gonna do like a seated goddess pose. So notice that this is an active pose. I have to push my knees out, right? For some people, this might be easier. You might be wider than me. You might be like a straight line. Great. I'm glad you're God's favorite. Whatever. But your toes will be pointed in some direction outwards, and your knees will be pulling to some degree outwards. It is an active position. The upper body is pulling itself up. If there's a string tied to your chest, somebody's pulling it up. Okay, that's the vibe. That's what we're shooting for in an ideal world. So we're gonna breathe in, get nice and tall. Exhale, do that same, squeezing those shoulder blades back. Squeeze the legs open, push down. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out, release. Nicely done. Let's play around with the heel lift thing again. Get your wiggles out first. All right, inhale, get nice and tall. Exhale, squeeze, pull out, push down. Shoulder blades are kissing, they're in love. Breathe in and out. Inhale, maybe you lift the right heel up. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, maybe lift the left heel up. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, get a little taller. Exhale, release. All right, we're gonna play around with one more thing in the goddess, which is like a side lean. So I'll show you first as you get your wiggles out. We're gonna have the same shape and energy with the legs, but we'll add leaning either right elbow to thigh. This hand can do whatever you want, right? But if you don't wanna do this lean, you can also go straight arm down to your blocks or your step stool or your coffee table. Those are your options. And again, this arm, do whatever you want. Who cares? It's never that serious. Seriously. Okay? And then we'll do the other side. If that does not feel safe or you just don't want to do it, you can repeat this one. If your legs are tired right now of being open, you can go back to chair. Choose what works for you. Okay? So we're in whatever position, open goddess or chair, breathing in, getting tall, exhaling, engaged, locked and loaded, shoulder blades squeezing, knees out, feet pushing down. Breathe in, exhale, right hand to the ground or step stool, or maybe right elbow to right thigh, whatever feels good, whatever you want to do with the left arm. Hang out for a breath in, then out. On your next inhale, come back up. And exhale to the other side. So left hand straight down to a stool, maybe to your elbow, maybe the right arm reaches or it's hanging out. Next inhale, come back up. Exhale, release. Give them legs a break. Get your wiggles out. Let's pop some cat and cows. And then we're gonna chill. Okay, breathe in. Arch. Actually, I wanna go for arms up this time. Exhale, curl. Inhale. Exhale, curl. Remember that Ujjayi breath. Inhale. Exhale, curl. Inhale, straighten up. So we're gonna get into a butterfly pose from the chair. So I think most people are familiar with butterfly stretch. It's not anything revolutionary. The feet are kind of together, the knees fall out. So you could try that straight from the ground. But if you want that feeling that you would get if you're on the floor, then use your step stool or your blocks to raise your height up to a point that's comfortable. If you get into it and it feels icky on the knees, you could also play around with, instead of letting your foot kind of rotate and letting the soles of your feet point up towards the ceiling, you can make a point towards each other and just be on the flat part of your heel, of your side of your foot. Words are hard. So that kind of takes a little bit of pull out of the knee situation. If that's still not good enough, you can play with making your soles pointing down and opening. Okay? All are great options. For this one, you can choose to make it an active squeeze and do all that kind of stuff. But we're not gonna do that. We're gonna relax. So you can stay up. You can put your hands here, here, or you could just relax and let gravity do its thing, okay? So figure it out, get your stuff together. And inhale, get nice and tall wherever you are. Exhale, release it all. Drop your shoulders, unclench your jaw. And breathe. So find a position that's comfortable for you. And I'm not joking, like we're gonna hang out. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna chill. And really open up the hips here. So we're getting a good external rotation stretch. And we're working on those hip adductors again, the groin. We're breathing deeply in that Ujjayi breath. Maybe 2 more breaths. And now you can decide if you want to add something to it. Maybe you want to bend forward a little bit. Maybe you want to twist or reach sideways, right? This is your opportunity to add to it. Pick what you want to add to it. We're going to do it for 2 breaths. If you did something one-sided, let's switch. If you were folded forward, you can try to go deeper for the last 2 breaths or just come out of it. 2 more breaths if you're doing the other side of something. Nice. Next inhale, get a little taller. Next exhale, plant the feet down, relax and release it, get your wiggles out. Nice. Next hip opener, we're going to get into kind of a modified low crescent lunge. So you have options. If you can't really scoot to the side of your chair and keep your balance, that's okay. Stay in the middle and just drop your knee. Whatever you get is whatever you get. Some folks are super tight, and this could be a great stretch. If you can scoot a little bit more, then you have more space to put your leg, kick your leg a little bit more back. If you're uncomfortable, just kind of hang it in the air. Bring the ground to your knee with the blocks. You might have to play around with the height of it. That's better, to find a position that works, okay? So, those are your options. Let's breathe in. Get tall as always. Maybe you reach and stretch, up to you. Let's exhale. Find that knee position that feels comfortable and that you can hang out in. Remember, we hung out for a solid amount of time in that butterfly. So we're going to do something similar here. Let's take 3 breaths. Next inhale, you have the option. Maybe you reach up and add a little back bend, or maybe you reach behind you and add a back bend. Maybe you add a twist. Maybe if you're feeling real comfy, you reach down and add a twist. All up to you. The focus is really the hips. You could stay right here for the next 3 breaths. Doesn't matter. Let's breathe. One more breath wherever you are. Next inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, get your wiggles out. Let's do the other side. So again, you could stay smack dab in the middle of your chair, kick your leg out, and see where you can get your knee to get a stretch on the front. If you're able to, scoot to the, scoot your right cheek to the middle. There we go. Then you have more space to kick the left leg back. All right, wherever you are, we're breathing in, we're getting tall. Maybe we reach up, then we exhale. And if you need to help the leg, help it. It doesn't have to look beautiful and graceful. It just has to feel good. That's all that matters. So find your low lunge, your real modified low lunge here. We'll hang out for 3 breaths. Next inhale, get a little taller. And you have your option to add. Maybe you reach up, add to the side, you reach back, or you twist for the next 3 breaths. If you did something that was kind of one-sided, like the twist or reach, if you can, choose that option again. You could even out the sides. Wherever you are, let's take 3 deep breaths. Next inhale, wherever you are, get a little taller. And exhale back to sitting straight in the chair. Let's finish off with some cat and cows before we do some corpse pose. Breathing in and out. In and out. Last one, in and out. If you're feeling like you need one last stretch before we chill out, go ahead and give your body what it's looking for, whatever it is. Maybe you just want to wiggle. Maybe you just need to yawn. And then we'll go ahead and lean in our chairs for a little debrief, decompress action. At this point, you can let go of that ocean breath and breathe however is comfortable. Maybe your legs are together, maybe they're apart. Doesn't really matter. Maybe your arms are hanging or they're on your lap. Doesn't matter. Maybe your eyes are open or closed. Maybe you're looking down if it's comfortable. Maybe you let your head lay back. Find a comfy, cozy spot for you, because we're hanging out for a bit. So you could take this time to check in with your body, see what feels good. Or you could take this time to just blankness, no thoughts. That's always welcome too. We're gonna hang out for at least another minute. If your eyes are closed, you can keep them closed, but maybe you start wiggling the foot around, circling the wrist. Maybe you do a little reach, a little stretch. And if your eyes are closed, after some wiggling and you feel good, go ahead and open them up. Maybe you stay leaning back, super chill in the chair. Maybe you want to sit up. Maybe your body's asking for something else right now. Maybe it wants another stretch, a forward fold, a reach back, a reach sideways, a twist. Or maybe you're still sitting, lean back against the chair. Whatever feels right. Doesn't matter. We're pretty much wrapping up here. And this has been your chair yoga flow for hip opening. So hopefully the hips feel juicy and limber and loose. And we feel grounded and sensational and lovely. Take your time getting up. There is no rush, I hope. Drink some water. Hit the thumbs up. Let me know how you felt about this flow in the comments. What was your favorite part? What surprised you? What do you want to see again? What else would you like to work on? That's what the comment section is for. Totally open forum. You let me know, okay? And of course, subscribe so you can catch the next video I have next week, okay? Love you, bye.